Hi, Tristan.
Hi, Carrie. I think you need to mute probably your computer.
It's muted. We had this problem last time.
Okay, so if your computer, so you're muted on,
How about this? Nope.
there you go. How about that? Now I'm talk. Oh, but now I can't hear you because I don't think the sound I can't hear you still. Nope. Still nothing.
Okay. I'm shutting that. Are you the one running this today?
Yes.
Okay, they didn't communicate that with me.
Well, I'm just running the Zoom. I'm not running the meeting itself.
Well, I know you're not, but normally Tara brings drinks and chips and all of that. I didn't know if I was supposed to do that.
Oh, I think that she's still handling all of that part. I was just asked to do the Zoom.
Okay. So I really need to talk to you. Put your phone in the text.
Okay.
No. Why I don't have her number anyway is weird. Okay.
Hello. Hi. Okay. So I need to get a hold of someone probably then, huh? Yeah, let me see if I can get a hold of the gal that I've had help me before. Maybe in the meantime, like you could maybe walk to one of the security desks and just tell them that you need some assistance in room 350 for technology or whatever too. Okay. All right. Bye.
Mic check.
I can hear you on my end.
And I appreciate that. You have no idea.
No problem.
Yes.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
Hey, Tristan, I think we've got it worked out.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yep. And then you have the PowerPoint.
I can pull it up. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Can you guys see the PowerPoint okay?
Yep, we sure can. Thank you. It's not in presentation view though, but we can see it.
Okay, because I've got the PDF version here. I'll go see if I have the PowerPoint version. I don't think I do though. One moment.
I can send it to you again.
That would be helpful. Thank you.
Okay, Donnie sent it to me as a PDF as well, so we'll just use the PDF. That's interesting. I didn't catch that, Tristan.
Okay. I'll keep kind of browsing around to see if I found it, because I think maybe Anna sent it to me in a PowerPoint version at one point, but that was in a help desk ticket, so I gotta go track it down.
Oh, look on the website under legislative updates. There, it might be a PowerPoint.
No, it's the PDF
It
in
is
there.
the PDF, isn't it?
Yeah.
That was my bad. I should have double checked that. I just sent it on. Okay,
It's okay.
it'll be fine either way.
I can see if I can figure out like another presentation view of this PDF too. How does that look?
Perfect.
Okay.
I'll just leave this one on just in case we need to talk to you.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, I just thought it would be good. Travel thing, Billings is gonna be. I don't know, have I met you before? You look familiar, but. Hi. Oh, really? So I do. Okay, so sorry. Yes, I am. Yeah. School improvement team travels every month, so you guys are on the road. I'm not. She figured it out. Jim Riley. Who needs you to let him in? Right now? I did in capital, then I erased, and I did in capital. Read girl. Stressful for everybody. Wow, you can feel the. Yeah. Yeah. I was planning on driving on Saturday, and I think not. Yeah. Like I Is it? I just never know who to trust because like where it changes. Well, I don't. The passes, yeah, especially the one in Idaho. To get super cold, super. Yes. Yeah, my hair was super cute. Oh, no. Tara. No kidding. I was just gonna say. Giving me some, well, that's my lesson. My lesson. Honestly, I don't know how weird. And I still have to go back and see what I actually, because I feel like it's here, there, and you know, one of those. I wrote no as the day went. Yeah. So that's good. So still do the presentation even if anybody's not here, but did you say that Tyson was running late? Mr. Small, or, running late, yeah. But I can't remember the guy that came in here. Name. That one bill, they were starting to write up. The problem is I can't. When you, what? Set up the presentation, she set up, yeah, yeah. And then Anna helped with the PowerPoint stuff, and Donnie is really a great help, because behind the texting, don't forget, that's, yeah, it's a personal relationship. No, I mean, it's whoever can come, basically. Last week it was one. First, what am I thinking? It was you, me, Anna, and Wendy. But we recorded.
Yeah, you can't tell me what to turn actual.
Oh, and
Long time.
Zach, are you gonna send me that requisition?
Hey, Tristan.
Well, no, it's funny about it.
Tristan, can you see me?
Yes, we can see you.
Pardon?
Can we see like who's online?
Yes, we've got one guest on a phone call in the room,
Okay.
and then we've just got Joan.
Okay,
Yeah.
just so you guys know, we're gonna be running just a tad bit behind.
Do you anticipate, Carrie, do you anticipate going beyond 5?
No,
Okay.
that's a hard no.
Okay,
and Tara.
Who's running that online? All right. Okay, it's good to see you, Lance. This will be a conversation between you and I. No.
And a recording. Kristen, how many people are on right now? I can,
5 total, including myself and the room. So I think there's only one guest other that's not OPI or state employee.
can we do an introduction? I guess we're just wanting to know who's in the room and who's online. So we can start with those that are online. So Tristan, thank you for joining us today. Who else is online today?
Sure, the guest that is called in, you can go ahead and unmute if you'd like. And Joan, if you want to introduce yourself.
This is Joan Frankie from OPI.
Hi, this is Anna from OPI. I'm called in on my cell phone. Sorry about the confusion.
Oh, hi, Anna. No worries.
Okay. All right. So I'll just kind of be covering some of the work we're doing in our tribal relations and consultation. I'm Donnie Wetzel. I'm the Tribal Relations Resiliency Director. We've added a few things. I'll go over that a little bit more later. All right, go ahead, Tristan. So this is our staff. Something that's happened the last couple weeks is our Tribal Relations Resiliency Unit has absorbed the American Indian Student Achievement Unit. So we're adding a couple new positions. Morgan Smith is going to be new to our team. That's a little bit more focused on the American Indian Achievement gap. So you got to meet Crystal Hickman. She's dealing with a lot of our school mental health services. She's had a long experience in that field for, geez, the past 20 some years. She's part of our systems of care work that was up in Fort Peck and all of our communities. And a lot of that was came from our Schools of Promise work in trying to fill a gap for mental health support services for our youth. We did the wraparound program, which you guys had quite a few up there in Brockton and Poplar and Fraser. The wraparound was more of the experiential support, but she's phenomenal. She's doing a lot with circles, restorative circles, things like that. Matt Bell is out of Missoula, and he is Fort Belknap tribes, and he does the language and culture. He'll be presenting later on in the year. Anna is one of our AmeriCorps coordinators that we're looking at creating a project to graduated seniors come out of our school districts and connect directly with our knowledge keepers or various cultural services. You know, we have a lot of students that float around after graduation. Some don't go to college, some do. So she's part of a planning grant program that we're really starting to evolve into potentially pulling in tribal colleges to offer support as well. So that's a really exciting program where we're looking to get students some purpose once they graduate. And then Alicia Doney is our tribal youth coordinator, phenomenal powerhouse, really brings the youth thought. And she was part of my youth leadership program a long time ago, which is pretty awesome. She knows what we're about and what we're doing. And then Joan Frankie introduced herself. She's our administrative assistant. All right, go ahead, Tristan. So this is just the history of where this unit has come from. I don't really want to read all that. I don't read the PowerPoint. I learned that you don't do that. But so what we've done there, you can go back though, Tristan. I think that's the same language, but it was kind of this position that I'm in came from Superintendent Arnson. I was in a conversation with her about tribal consultation and a liaison from OPI with the tribes. We had Indian Ed before, but nothing that was hitting right here with this section right here in the Every Student Succeeds Act. This is a very important section, and it leads right to tribal consultation with our tribal nations and where they have a voice and how the funding is used. And you can look at the kind of the requirements for that. And so what we've been doing is the tribe does have a say in how certain funding is used in the school districts. And for years, they haven't been too involved in that. So the last 2 years, we've really been working with our tribal councils and tribal nations to kind of share that they do have a voice and this is where they belong, or this is where their voice will help assist the betterment of our youth. A lot of this brings into our cultural identity, our languages, and how sometimes we're missing the boat in our district. So to have these two entities, the councils and the tribal nation working with the school district for our youth is our goal. And we've had quite a bit of discussions. We've met with every tribe, and then we're also doing online quarterly Zoom meetings with the tribes. We're getting to the point of understanding the needs of the tribes. So the consultation piece is that. In the beginning, there's a lot of questions and just clearing up the confusion on where their voice is important and how they can kind of drive where a school district wants to go in supporting our youth. Go ahead. So that's authentic. You could go, there you go. That's that authentic consultation. In the past, I worked for the tribal nations at the Tribal Leaders Council, and I've worked with pretty much all of our tribes here in Wyoming, and kind of understanding how consultation was before. I had a different kind of view with that, where we didn't want to sit at the table with the councils and say, what do you need from us? Ask you some questions. We sit up there and take notes, and then you never hear from us again. We don't want to do that. We want to be working directly with the tribes. And it's been moving in that way. The Blackfeet Nation has created a Blackfeet Education Committee. And we had our first meeting with them. It'll be a monthly meeting. Where we want to get is our districts and our tribes sharing resources, be it mental health or youth or whatever, together building plans for that school district. Working in the tribal side, we always get multi-million-dollar youth prevention programs, and they lack the consistency that the school will bring, getting into the hallways and meeting kids with the support system. So that's the goal as we get to that point where we have the issues of mental health and trauma. The brain can't learn when it's stuck in those places. So trying to create support systems, and basically those scores will go up, that achievement gap will close, and our youth will become healthier human beings. So these are kind of just a few topics there that we look at. The culture and language is our biggest emphasis, because we've tried a lot of things in Indian education, but we've never really came from the tribal perspective. And we want to hear what they have to say. Our tribal leaders and our people are some of the most intelligent folks that you could ever meet. And we need to tap into that more, because what we're doing hasn't been working out well. Go ahead, just. So tying into sovereignty, what we're really looking at is what, like it's saying up there, what is sovereignty given us? It's given us the ability to stay in our indigenous lands. With that is our knowledge keepers in the language and the stories and the beauty and the connections that they bring. And so how do we use that inside of the schools and connect our youth to that? I'll talk about the Knowledge Keepers of Indigenous Nations group a little bit later. As you know, Representative Windy Boy is looking at a lot of this language stuff. Sometimes we overcomplicate it when we have stories, when we have songs. All of that is part of our lessons, and we try to separate them in different ways. So we convened a Knowledge Keeper group to guide us as we look to bring more of our indigenous culture and way of being into the school system. You see that data right there. We have a lot of data that really shows, in my opinion, what we've been doing hasn't worked. So Instead of blaming the youth or the situations they're in, maybe we have to change the way we're doing it. So like like Carrie Koba here runs our division or whatever it's called now. And it's really about getting the voice of the people in our communities into this solution-driven discussion. Of course, I know that like when you look at that, the lower part, the importance of our elders and knowledge keepers, guiding us to be the best that we can be as a human. What does that look like? What are our values in there? How do we bring that into the programs and the school systems? All right, go ahead. That's really small. But this is an example of the documents that we given to the tribes. You can go back. So these are just dates and deadlines that school districts should be consulting the tribes with suggestive dates that they should be doing this. A lot of times this never happens. The more we've been out there, we see that they might come and present at a board meeting at some point, but it's often after the fact. And some tribes are okay with that. There is such a thing as a waiver that the tribes can have the schools provide a waiver that the tribe just trusts what the school is doing. Those are kind of getting, as we've been out there and as folks have become more savvy to it, they've been able to understand that, wait, now we want to know what's going on. We want to help where we can. And a lot of times they want to fix some of the situations in the school district in any way that they can too. So these kind of documents, just simplifying it out there for our tribal leaders because they're busy. So that's an example of that. And we sent out a packet in September. We sent out a welcoming packet with all of this information, with all of our meetings in it, and then letters directly to the tribal council members at each reservation. Go ahead. This is something that we created just because we know everybody's busy. This is another avenue that we've been meeting. We've had participation of minimum of 6 tribes at each one of these. We've only had 2, but they get a point of contact on there and they work with us and talk about some of the needs, some of the situations. There is a lot of venting between the district and their frustrations with the district at times, but I think the more we talk about it and let people air out the frustrations, we're going to get to some solutions. So that's something that happens. I got notes on that. We send it out to every tribe once we're done. I need to formalize that a little bit more, but again, I like to have the conversations. You know, I like to get down to some solution-driven discussion. So, but that's just the document, and I can share that stuff with you too. All right, go ahead. So through consultation, the last year and a half, I'd say, COVID slowed us down, of course. These are some of the discussions that have come up, and you can see they're pretty, you know, they're realistic. They're very realistic situations that we're dealing with out there. We are starting to work a little bit more with the tribal colleges, but there's so much that we can do there. You know, the dual credit situations, the grow your own possibilities, even some of this other work with the AmeriCorps grant. Our tribal colleges are a great place to start, and we're moving in that way if the tribe wants to. Everything is the voice of the tribe. Some tribes don't move in that direction, which is fine. Looking at the school schedule, some of that has come from our Schools of Promise work over the years. Do we need to start at 8? Is starting at 9 or 9:30 better for students? And some kids can't get a ride to school in certain areas, in rural areas. So really, there is so much possibility at the local level that they can change the schedules. There's a huge interest in block scheduling and project-based learning in an alternative school setting where, you know, you're covering 4 or 5 subjects in one 3-hour setting out on a prairie, working with the buffalo or whatever it may be. You can cover science, math, all of these different things. And so like, those are ideas that are out there. We have models at Paris Gibson. We have models at Buffalo Heights Academy in Blackfeet. I met with them last week as well. they are doing things that are just absolutely phenomenal. So we have a lot of interest in our tribal districts, well, anywhere is very interested in this. And so what we're realizing is it's tough for folks to kind of unlearn what it's good to see you, Representative Hawk. But what we're finding is it's very difficult for people to kind of unlearn how the school system has always been and realize that we can do other things. You know, you have the ability to create a project-based learning setting and have kids come at certain areas. And we did a little bit of this in Heart Butte and it worked fantastic. You can see their Warrior Academy. Two Eagle River does this stuff. And again, these are students that aren't succeeding in the regular school system. They're considered not the very good kids. Some get in trouble, but they go to these type of an atmosphere of school and they thrive and they graduate. And it's really modernizing our school system in a lot of ways. So we're looking at a lot of that. Our school youth leadership development, you know, I've been doing that for a long time. And now with Alicia Doney, she really understands what we're trying to do. But having the youth voice in there, any situation we're dealing with, we often don't ask the youth and they will have the answers. We'll just keep telling them what to do. We never ask them what to do. And so we have a RISE group and they'll be presenting later next month, next week. Yeah, that'll be good. So that's some of the things that we're looking at, those shadowing programs. Can we start to link our school districts into the tribal councils? And I know that some have a youth tribal council that sits in there. But getting some of those folks, like, you know, I know you have the pages around here, but can we get kids around there? Can we get them in? You talk about relevance learning, get them in and talk about budgets or water compacts or things that are really about us in the Indian country. So those are ideas that kids bring up. And of course, we always encourage every school to have drum in the morning, you know, their singers and their dancers to celebrate who we are. And that youth media is another thing that the students are really excited about, that they push it through their phones. Every app you can imagine, they're running things. So our youth leadership is very important. And it's the only thing that I've seen to bring all of us together in our communities is our youth. And, you know, the lateral oppression we often face when it's youth running it, it'll usually go, and you can see it in basketball. So that learning lodge is another concept that's coming out of Fort Belknap. We've looked at different kind of approaches. You know, there is groups, the Hutterites and like different groups like German and Latter-day Saints, different kind of programs that they run where they have 2-3 hours in a day that they're spending time learning culture and language. And so those models are there. It's like we just have to realize that they're there and have those conversations on how to make it happen. Any questions on any of that? That's a very powerful slide because it is coming from our discussions with the tribes.
Sorry for being late. I might have to skip out because I'm in another committee right now, but can you send us this?
Yep.
Okay. You probably are, you didn't send it to us yet.
I don't think so.
Okay.
No, we did not.
Okay. Great, thank you.
All right, go ahead to the next slide. This was an exciting thing that happened. With our work over the last year and a half, we've been in conversations with the Confederated Salish Kootenai tribes. They wanted to get us a resolution of support, and that's a pretty powerful thing. I don't know if that happens too often. And it's really in the direction, what we are asking of them is we will need your guidance. We don't know where we're going half the time, so we're going to need you all to help us get us connected to the right proper elders or whatever programs that you have going within your tribal nation. And so that happened this October. And there's an interest in every tribe that I've shown this to. It just shows true collaboration, I believe, you know, and it shows that there's a vested interest at the tribal level. So that right there, I'll probably frame that when I'm 80 years old. I'll kind of look up there when I'm broke and shoeless, you know, so. But that's something that's really powerful, and yeah, we'll share that out. If you have any questions on that. Go ahead, Tristan. So there's a meeting with the Salish Kootenai tribes. So with the work of consultation, again, we are right hand in hand with everybody. We want to be the bridge between the district and the tribe. We want to also follow tribal protocol and have a group of elders. And that's where that kin group is sitting. That's the Knowledge Keepers of Indigenous Nations. And that group was once called the Elder Cultural Wisdom Council. They didn't like the term elder because it gets mixed up in age and people don't have the knowledge, but they'll say, hey, I'm your elder. So we had probably a 2-day discussion around that with those elders. And the elder group is representatives of every tribe. And we did the best we could. I had an elder guiding me in the creation of that. So Dr. Ken Ryan's in that one up there. Tommy Christian's in there too. We got Mike Turcott. So we try to get all of these folks. We understand as well at the local level, there is different camps around this. And we got to get away from the lateral oppression and say, well, they shouldn't be doing that, or they're doing it wrong. So we try to hover above and just bring everybody. So we're creating those articles of association, and it is a very powerful document, and it's how we will use them. And they have really hammered home the point that they want to be staying at a higher level of support for youth. They don't want to get down in the weeds. They want to stay at a spiritual level of support, a self-identity level for our kids, and stay up there. If it gets political or personal, they've responded and they've corrected each other and said, well, wait, now we're getting down there. And many of our elder folks they're either, I think they're all been part of the council in the past. They understand how it can get. We are moving forward with this Tribal Leaders Education Summit. That's something that's never happened before. It's really from the side of the tribes. We've had Indian education conferences before, but those lean a little bit more heavy towards westernized education models. We want to create a tribal leader, and I think we are calling it now Tribal Nation Education Summit. And that will be more, where does sovereignty sit? How do we look at what we're producing out of our school systems? Is it relevant? Are our kids living a long, healthy life? Different kind of things like that, as well as having some of our OPI staff share some of their support services around funding and what we can do with it. And then just different kind of approaches on more family engagement. All kinds of things can come from that. We're still kind of developing that, but that one document that I put up there from consultation, that's tied into all this. So of course at OPI, we'll be working with various other units. And that's going to be pretty exciting. We're already working with Rocky Mountain Tribal Leaders Council to see if they can tie in. I don't know if you guys are members of them anymore. It's Fort Peck.
Yeah, we have, I know Bryce Kirk was on the
Okay.
call last week. We had a meeting with them.
Yes.
We'll be meeting with them again next Thursday at 5.
Okay.
It doesn't conflict with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's going to be pretty exciting. We've created this enrichment document for ways to use the ARP-ESSER COVID funds to integrate our self-identity and culture and tribal works in our languages. So that's also a document we can share. The youth conference will be running in tandem with our Tribal Nation conference. It's going to be at MSU Billings. And again, once we get it finalized, we'll get it out to everybody and start to get folks signing up. That youth conference is going to be very exciting. They designed that. We used to do it a lot. We did a lot of them in each community as well. So we also looking at maybe moving forward. As I said, we're absorbing American Indian Student Achievement now. So our unit is getting pretty big. I think we want to go internally inside of OPI and start to maybe survey folks inside on what they want to know more about the tribes and start to link them into our knowledgeable side as well. There's a lot of things pop up around tribal ed departments. As far as I know, there's the Fort Peck Tribal Ed Department that works K-12, I believe. And then Salish Kootenai works K-12. The other ed departments are usually often higher ed. So there's an interest around the ability for a tribal ed department to write a grant with the school system and start to work from, you know, preschool on up. And so we want to maybe have that discussion. If a tribe does not have that in place, would that be of interest? So we can start to have a place to house all of these efforts, you know, in a unified type way. We did create this relational restorative practice team. That's around the mental health work, sitting down, building relationships, building trust amongst each other. It's the simplest way, and it's those circles. We kind of spoke about that earlier. So we're always looking to honor sovereignty. I mean, first and foremost, that's the most important part of our work, recognizing that our tribal nations are just as equal to France come walking in the room. You know, that's something that a lot of folks don't understand, and how we are self-governed and the tribes do that work. And so even out inside of the systems of education, can we do better educating our school districts across the state of these things? I believe in the relational level of bringing in some of our folks from Indian country into districts across the state, wherever they may be. I think that face-to-face interaction really makes an impact more so than a book. So we're looking at some of that, and that's where that tribal repository comes into play. Can we look at developing and identifying folks that districts would be interested into bringing into their school to talk about beadwork, the buffalo, the land, I mean, anything, smudge. They already do it with a fella named Superman. They'll spend their money and bring Superman in. So can we get a list of folks in our community who know who they are from their traditional ways and the way they grew up, and let them come into a district and be themselves? You know what I'm saying? There's a huge interest to this. We've done it at a youth level. So that's a project we're looking to really go after in the next 2 years. So you can go to the next one. So that's pretty much, those two quotes are very important to me and my unit. We understand, I like how Tommy Christian talks about it. He's convinced me that the term decolonize, that's not so good, you know. He's like, how far do we want to do that? Because I like my car, I like my TV. So we talk about coexistence and evolving together. And we have a great focus on that. If our children out in Indian country are connected to their indigenous roots, you can put this additional westernized education and methodologies on top of that and work completely fine. We braid those two together. You guys are examples of that. And that kind of thing, how can we do better at that? And that quote, when I read that quote of that Cornell, that's one of the most powerful quotes ever. And I think we've always tried to put culture into a school system when it should be the opposite. We need to be centered in who we are and our identity, and then put the school system on top of that. And so that's what tribal consultation is to us. That's where we're really focusing on. So that's my presentation. If you guys have any questions. Yes. I'll just see that written on the wall somewhere. I'm just joking.
So Donnie, I know
Organs
that,
and
you know, when you're talking about those repositories, connecting with certain schools that have brought people in,
Yep.
Wyola has done an awesome job. And I know that that superintendent is not there, but back in the day when I was actually supporting them, I was just fully amazed, the dancers that came in to help the kids learn the dances and the beading, but also she didn't call herself a medicine woman, but definitely tied to the earth and talking about the natural
Yeah.
herbs. It was pretty amazing.
That's our knowledge keepers. That's kind of that
Absolutely.
term.
And yeah, it's something great to learn about for sure.
Yeah, I just wanted to comment. I don't know what my any authority that I have here, but just from my experience, I really appreciate how you the experience that you have with Tommy Christian and with Ken Ryan and Mike Turcotte. These are very, very important people in my life. They when we talk about, I took Bob Forstar's Assiniboine class. I took Mike Turcotte's Assiniboine class. I learned a little bit, but when I started going to Medicine Lodge and then going to Sweats, and when I was put up on the hill, and when I did my 4-year commitment in Medicine Lodge, Pearson dragged buffalo skulls, and then said those when I was dragging those buffalo skulls, and I was forced to verbally say my prayers in Assiniboine. I had to do it in front of a whole bunch of people.
Oh, yes.
With, and it had to be very, very, very sincere. And I
Yes.
knew that after I was able to do that, the 4 directions 4 times around the lodge, that I was, that was the ticket right there.
Yes.
And after that, it opened up a floodgate of my ability to speak my language. And so
Yes.
now I have a litany of prayer that I can say when people ask me to pray. I can say my prayer, and it's in Assiniboine, and it's But if it wasn't for Mike, for Uncle Ken, for Uncle Tommy, and then even Uncle Tommy's he does a weekly podcast
Yep. Yep.
for the Fort Peck Community College. So it was that was since 2003, 2004 until just the past couple of years. It took me that long to be able to just pick up a little bit of the language, but it was a whole experience by being immersed in the culture and
Yep.
and everything like that, and then just healing myself with all the different aspects of it's really necessary to be to be of the right mind when you're in those
Yes.
in those type
Balance.
of situations. So the everything that you presented up to our Montana American Indian Caucus, I really appreciate. Especially that we have such close connections with everything that I know. And the talking circles. In recovery circles, we have medicine wheel talking circle. What you had presented last time, I wanted to comment, but didn't really have, didn't feel like I should. But the power of the medicine of the talking circles and allowing, the non-Indian teachers to do this and to walk with the students, being a former college student that had done field practicums and understands the educational psychology behind everything from the Pavlovian conditioning of a bell ringing and what that does,
Yep.
and how we produce, and even in the roots of what our Western education is with all that. It's really, I've sat in some committees here when they talk about what Western education is and how far behind we are. So the re-indigenization of our education system, especially on a reservation, is very important. I think that it's very effective, especially to prevent suicide, substance abuse, domestic violence, just all the symptoms of what they call post-colonial, stress disorder, or
Yes.
it's like PTSD or PTSI. It's an injury that we all have, but the things that you speak to, I really appreciate. Thank you for your time.
Yes. No, thank you very much for sharing that. Because you hit right on. You hit right on everything. Once our youth and people start to know who they are in those ways, we've even had discussion in that knowledge keeper group on we're teaching language, but what does the youth see as the value of the language? And so what a lot of the folks are saying is we had to pull back and teach them who they were first. In this modern day English, we had to teach them who they are, what clans or societies, their families. So once they started to understand who and what they were, the language came. And then it led to what you're saying. I mean, that's an awesome experience, and it's the solution to everything. It gets ahead of all the troubles and trials and tribulations we deal with. And that's the whole thing, because, you know, I started in the suicide world and it was tough. I was up there in Fort Peck when those young girls, that happened. And so like you look at the opportunity in an education system to prepare our kids for what is to come. And it's that identity. And I'll always say, you can see the pride we have in our tribes on a basketball court. So now we got to start looking at, now you see, I mean, I seen that Wolf Point girls, they do that dance. I love that. You know, I mean, that's the power and the beauty of our people. So like, how do we get access to that? That's why this, to me, is not just consultation, it's going hand in hand. Because I think we all can bring all these different kind of things, but that, thank you for sharing that story. That's really powerful. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll see you later.
Well, I can send this transcript. I'll try to clean it up a little bit, but basically word to text on this Word document. I'll try to clean it up a little bit and send it to our caucus. We've got a chat on encrypted signal, but they can read it. And I'll just remind everybody to be here next week. Again, you'll be here next week.
Yep, our student leadership stuff. Yep,
Okay, so we'll make sure.
a good one.
Yeah, if there's opportunities for our kids to come up to this meeting specifically, or to just for the capital. I know Tressa, she's interested in bringing her American Indian Studies class, and then I've got granddaughters that are going to Northside School and in Wolf Point, that like their teacher, Mr. Tumanong, he had called me, but they talk about me being up here every day, and they're all really excited that I'm up here, but I was like, just bring them up here.
Ah, get Tressa over here.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Make it fun.
To bring the
Yeah, I mean, we would love to host them, have them come up here and introduce them on the Senate floor.
Oh, yes.
In the House floor, that every day, 1 o'clock, they meet. We can get them off the record recognition. And that's something that, you know, it's really empowering to the kids, I'm sure.
Yep.
And then just to have them stand up and be recognized and get a round of applause from all these leaders.
Yeah.
It would be great.
Yeah, let's
I
do
would
it.
encourage that to happen more often. Yeah.
All right.
All
Well,
right, but
thank you.
have a good night. I've got to
All right.
go down to the committee meeting.
Thanks, Tristan.
Thank you.